Jade Cocoon features over 200 minions, with an almost infinite number of combinations you can make with them, so it's not unreasonable to say there are some you'll miss. But there are some really obscure ones that you probably didn't know were there. So let's take a look at them, shall we? And we'll begin with Arpatron. Arpatron is the monster you find as soon as you enter the first forest. If you select the capturing tutorial, you are presented with this cute little dragon to take away and make your own. Arpatron has two skills, one water-based special attack and the basic water spell. Trained properly, he can be one of the strongest minions you can find, but on the other hand, he is terribly susceptible to status ailments. It is possible to merge out the weaknesses though, so Arpatron is a worthwhile pick. It's possible to miss Arpatron by just skipping through the tutorial or not picking the capture section. Vitoca is an interesting one, because it is not mentioned at any point during the game or its manual. If you play the game at the Pocket Station in memory card slot 1, which you can, because everybody owns a Pocket Station, the #1 peripheral that set the world on fire like everything based on the Dreamcast, you do not fight Arpatron in the capture tutorial, you fight Vitoca. Vitoca's model is not unique, but his skin is. And it's a pretty interesting one, because it has semi-realistic looking features, so the skin looks good when transferred to other minions. The model looks less good when you put other textures on it. Vitoca comes in earth, fire, wind and water forms, although the game will only give you one form, and it is always the same no matter how many times you save and reload your game. Vitoca comes with a crazy amount of skills. He has an attack on each body part, giving you an elemental attack, absorb mana, and a hit-all skill. Now bear in mind, this is right at the start of the game. You're not going to see any of these skills until the second or third forest. That's a crazy amount of advantage. And his magic's not too shabby either. He has the single and multiple hit versions of his elemental spell, and the one to give the elemental advantage. He's also practically immune to status ailments. That's always useful. Nevan and Yoalk are an exceptionally rare spawn in the Eternal Corridor at the end of the game, but they first show up about halfway through the game, if you know where to look. After the scene at the end of the Spider Forest, you are told to go through the Moth Forest to continue the plot. However, if you go back to the Spider Forest, you will see it has changed colour, and it has been repopulated entirely with fire and air elemental spider minions. Now it's a bit of a gamble to go after these guys, because they spawn in twos, and they each have tricks that will stun lock you and take you down in one agonizingly long combo. Nevan will put you to sleep, slap you awake, and then put you back to sleep. And Yoalk has the ability to just straight up kill you in one go. These guys are very useful for getting additional parts for your minions, especially since there are very few wild minions that know the instant death skill, and it's always useful to set up that immunity. It's just really difficult to catch these guys, especially since you can't properly heal your minions between fights. It's pretty cool though, because these guys are amazing. I really like their models. Sharik is one of two hidden minions that can only be found by merging 4 minions in a specific order. To make him, you must merge a minion with a dragon's tail and a minion with a barrel-shaped body. Then, merge a minion with feathers and a minion with a protruding jaw. Merge the two resulting minions, and rather than the normal result, you get this fellow, Sharik, the bird of paradise. Sharik acts like any other minion, so you can use him as a merging component, giving his skin to other minions, and using his body as a basis for others. Sharik is mostly there to make up the numbers, to be honest. I mean, he has unique animations for absolutely everything he can do, and he has got a fantastic special attack and magic spread, but he's not particularly strong. You learn about Sharik from Secret Tablet 1, an item that is occasionally dropped by one of the bosses in the Eternal Corridor, although you can create them before then, so long as you have the correct parts. Twingo is the second of the hidden minions that can only be found by merging 4 minions, and in this case, you require a 6-legged minion and one with tough skin. Then you need a minion with sharp claws, and another minion with a protruding jaw. And when these various minions are merged, you will get Twingo, the crab of ineffable wisdom? I don't know, he's not a mythical animal like Sharik, but he is awesome. So yes, Twingo is amazing. Like Sharik, he has an attack on most of his body parts, but since his specialty is physical attack, he's actually worth using. Also, all his attack animations are brilliant. That is always a bonus. Fun thing, Twingo is a common enemy in this game's sequel, although his name is translated slightly differently. He's called Twingo. You find out how to merge Twingo by looking it up on the wiki. I mean, there is an in-game item that describes how to make him, but it's unobtainable in the game outside of hacking. So there you have it. A collection of secret minions in one of my favourite games. It's a really neat level of depth that they absolutely didn't have to put in there, but I am super glad that they did.